characteristics that must be established, we can summarize as follows. First one is user knowledge or experience. That depends on computer literacy, means highly technical or experienced, moderate computer experience like that. System experience, whether it is high, moderate or low knowledge of particular system or the methods of interactions. With respect to the application experience, high, moderate or the low knowledge of similar systems. Task, it's a level of knowledge of job or job task. Next, coming to the education, whether it is high school or college or advanced degree. And next is reading level, less than 5th grade, 5th to 12th or more than 12th grade. Then typing skills, whether it is expert in terms of 135 words per minute, skilled, good, average, like that. Coming to the native language, either it is English or another several languages. So this is the first level. Second one is the job or task, that also we can describe in terms of type of system, whether we are going to use a mandatory or we are going to use a discretionary use of the systems. Frequency of use, whether it is continuous, frequent, occasional, once in a lifetime, all this. Task or need importance, and the task structure, whether it is repetitive, predictable, or it is high, moderate, or low. Coming to the task, next is we are going to explain the task need or importance performed, whether it is high, moderate, low, the importance of task being performed. Next, we are going to see the social interaction required, whether it is verbal communication with another person required or not. Then primary time. So training can be either extensive or formal training, self-training through the manual or no training. So turnover rate, it is high, moderate and low turnover rate for the job holders. And last, it is depending on the lifestyle. So as well as job category. In categories, it will be executive or manager, professional, secretary or the clerk. Then important one is psychological characteristics. It depends on attitude, positive, neutral or negative feeling towards the job or the system. Motivation, patience level, whether he is patient or impatient, expected in accomplishing a goal. Expectations, whether it is kind or reasonable. Stress level, performance and cognitive style. In the cognitive style, we can see verbal or spatial, we can add analytical or intuitive, concrete or abstract. Okay, coming to the physical characteristics, these are comes under human consideration. So we are going to see the age, gender, handedness, whether it is left hand, right hand, like that. Disabilities, whether it is a blind, defective vision, deafness, motor handicap, all those things we are going to see in case of human considerations. Next, we will go with the gaining of understanding. Methods for gaining an understanding of the user. So, usually we are going to use the following kinds of techniques to gain the understanding of the users, their task, needs, the organization where they work, and the environment where the system may be used. So for that, we are going to use some of the techniques like visiting the user location, particularly if they are unfamiliar to you, to gain the understanding of the user's work environment. Or we are going to talk with the user about their problems, difficulties, wishes, and what works well known. Is in order to establish a direct contact, avoid relying on intermediaries, and observe the user working on performing a task to see what they do, their difficulties and their problems. So, are we are going with the videotape users working or performing a task to illustrate, study the problems and difficulties, and have the user think aloud. as they do something to uncover details that may not otherwise be solicited. Try the job yourself. It may expose difficulties that are not known or expressed by the users. Prepare surveys, questionnaires to obtain large sample of user opinions. Establish a testable behavioral target goals to give management measure for what progress has been made and what is still required. So these are some of the methods for gaining an understanding of users or clients. Next, if I want to understand a business, okay. So there are business functions. There are some of the steps needs to be performed. We have to perform the business definition and the requirement analysis, determine the basic business functions, describe the current activities through a task analysis, develop a conceptual model of the system, and establish a design standards and style guides, establish a system usability design goals, and define training as well as document needs. This business definition as well as requirement analysis. So usually the main objective of this phase is to establish the need for the system. A requirement is an objective that must be met. A product description is developed and defined based on the input from the user. Marketing. There are many techniques for capturing information for determining requirements. So we will see one by one what are the cases you are going to use. We have direct method as well as indirect method. So just I'll tell you the advantages of direct method. The next phase we will see what are the direct methods we have. So the main advantages of direct method is the opportunity they provide to hear the user's command in person and first hand. Person to person encounter permits a multiple channel of communication. Either it may be a body language, voice inflection, and so on. And to provide an opportunity to immediately follow up on vague or incomplete data. So some of the recommended direct methods for getting input from the clients or the users we will discuss.